Taking it smart to go live. There we are. Hello, everyone. Evening all.
Hello.
That took a while to wind up, didn't it? Well, thank you so much for joining us for our Thursday night live before we head off on our next adventure next week, Paulie, isn't it?
Our double, triple, quadruple adventure.
Yes, and for those that missed our announcement last week, we'll go back to that in a little while when we've looked at a few of the questions and show you our roots and what we're doing, because it is very, very exciting.
It is. And obviously I want to start by saying I don't want any talk about football because I'm recording the Tottenham game. And if any of you people, lovely people in the chat, spoil things for me, I'm going to speak to my mate Liam Neeson, and he's got a certain set of skills and he's going to find you.
Yes. Paul's watched the first half and he's recording the second, aren't you? So
Yes.
We'd appreciate no sharing of that. But anyway, back to True Cruise and Travel, which is why we're here. So lovely to see Nick and Tracy first in the house today, and saying don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you very much, Nick, for that. If you do enjoy our lives, do make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's totally free and doesn't cost you anything. And if you wanted to support us even more, then you can join our Patreon. So thank you so much. Kevin's kindly reminding everyone, if you have a question, just do please start it with a question, because everyone's already chatting in the chat, and it's very hard to pick out some questions because they go so fast, isn't it, Paulie? But I see Kevin's already asked one. What cruise port did you use for the thumbnail? I'm going to think what I put on the thumbnail.
Which thumbnail?
This thumbnail. The thumbnail for the live. Oh, wow, that's a good question, Kevin. Let me just get it up, and I can tell you that it is the last port of our celebrity clips. So that was Portland, Maine, wasn't it? Portland, Maine.
Yes.
So I've just started editing. Well, yes, just started editing the hotel review of our time in Boston and the Heathrow Airport, and also I've just scheduled. Well, our patrons have seen all these so far, and just about to start on some cabin reviews before we start on our vlogs for celebrity clips. So that's cool. But this Friday we've actually got out something a little bit different for you. We've got. I'll show you a little banner that I've got. We caught up, if you follow us on social media, you'll know that we're great friends with Johnny and Will, the lovely
Northern Ireland's premier bloggers.
Exactly that. And so we caught up with them and sat down and talked about all things YouTube and cruising. So make sure you keep an eye out for that, and that's out on Friday.
They are truly a lovely couple of
They are really, really nice. So let's see what we've got here then. Nick and Tracy showing we've got our shop there, so thank you so much. So Joseph is just saying, hi from NYC, we know Carole's cocktail is a Bloody Mary. Which ship makes the best one? Also for port other than Thatcher's. Carnival Celebration definitely had the best one that I can think of, in the bar right at the back. I can't think what that's the name of the smokehouse.
The smokehouse, wasn't it? The Pig and Whistle or something?
Yeah, the Pig and Whistle. And also, the comment's gone off. Also, I put a post on Facebook the other day about cocktails, saying obviously mine the favourite. And we had a message come through from a lady in Texas, and she showed us this Bloody Mary that actually had loads of sort of brisket beef on the top. So we definitely need to get to Texas, Paulie.
We'll be fighting over that. Not the drink, just the beef. Other than Thatcher's, I tend to, on a cruise, I tend to go for lager, because a lot of cruises have Strongbow, which is only one step up from wee. It's horrible. And I'm not keen on the American. I know there's like Angry Orchard and stuff like that, some of the American stuff, but if they haven't got Thatcher's, I don't mind some of the fruit ones like Record a Lig or Copperberg and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But generally, 99 times out of 100, no Thatcher's usually means I'll drink a lager, depending on what they have.
Yes, I've popped up the Kevin B's becoming a new YouTube member, but he's been a member for a while. So YouTube's doing some funny things.
Silly old YouTube. But hello, Kevin, anyway.
Yes, Kevin's here saying, you've been looking for some much needed good laughs this week. Yes, great to have you here with us, Kevin B. So Joseph also asking just about your Thatcher's Gold. What's your favourite? Because they've got Thatcher's Haze, haven't they?
But Thatcher's Gold is a drink all in itself.
Yeah.
So that's my favourite. They do haze. They also do an apple and black blackberry or apple and blackcurrant.
They do?
Which is not bad.
Yeah.
They do an orange one, which I'm not keen on. They do a lemony one, which I'm not keen on.
You don't. Paul's not into citrus very
No.
much, are you? You don't mind the berries if things are sort
Yeah.
of flavoured with berries, but anything to do with citrus. I'm the citrus fiend, aren't I?
Yeah.
Citrus fiend.
That's why she's always got a face that looks like she's been stuck in a lemon.
No. Right, so Laura's here saying looking forward to the live. Yes, thank you. We thoroughly enjoy our time with you every week, so it's a pleasure to be here, and it's great to see all the familiar names popping up. Barbara saying hello from a very wet and windy cold Highcliffe on Sea. Yeah, we've got Storm Iowen. It's an Irish.
We're
it's
apologising
Owen
in
spelled in the
advance.
Welsh in the Irish way.
If Aoife could tell us how to pronounce that, we'd be very,
Yes,
very grateful, because
It's spelled.
I think it's Owen, but I'm probably completely wrong.
I think it's Eowyn.
Or is it-
It's Eowyn. Well, that's
Yeah.
the storm that's heading for the UK at the moment. It's a bit got the same sort of tornado-like winds. So we're just staying in and
So strap yourself in and make sure you all stay safe.
yeah, exactly that. So Lucy and Glyn are here. So love to see you guys. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Nick and Tracy just saying, what do you enjoy most about your YouTube channel and community? Doing stuff like this is great. We just had no idea when we started just putting videos out there where it would lead, and it surprises us every week, doesn't it, Paulie? What the messages that we get of 99.9% of the messages or comments we get are really positive, and it's just so lovely to see that there's so many people out in the world that have got like minds like us that enjoy a laugh and enjoy cruising, and just connecting with those people that we would never have met ever without our YouTube channel makes us very thankful.
Totally.
Yeah.
What
totally.
she said.
What she said. So Cruising Gaze is here. So good evening, guys. And it looks like we've got Kevin Austin. Bless you. Let me just see where the guys jumped about a bit. Oh, there it is. Thank you so much for your super chat. Yes, they were going to be going towards some drinks. So we fly out to Singapore on Tuesday, and we've got a few nights in Singapore before we go on our first cruise. So thank you, Kevin. That will come in handy for a couple of beers there. And for those that don't know, I'll show our first. If you missed it last week, this is the first leg of our 35-day trip.
If you missed it last week, where were you? I want to see a note from your mum saying, sorry, Jim couldn't come to Paul and Carol's live today because he's got a bad knee.
Yes.
Something like that.
Anyway, this is the first part. When we get to Singapore, we'll be getting on Holland America Nordam and going to Thailand, then to Cambodia to Sihanoukville, and then to Vietnam, Phu and Da Nang before we end up in Halong Bay, where we're spending going on a little cruise there as well, and a second cruise, aren't we? And we end up in Hong Kong, where we're going to be spending 4 nights before we head off to Dubai. We're flying to Dubai to stay with some lovely friends, Tom and Helen, and we're off to Oman, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. So yes, so an exciting trip is coming our way.
It'd be the first time ever we've gone to a country that begins with Q.
Will it?
Is there any,
I think there are.
Is
there any others? That's a good point. Let's know in the comments.
But also, we're in Hong Kong for 4 nights. If anybody's got any must-dos,
yes,
bang them in the comments.
Because we know Singapore quite well, because this will be our 4th or 5th time, won't it?
Yeah.
Going to Singapore. But yeah, Hong Kong we've not done. So please do let us know what you think we should get up to. So let's see. It's jumped a bit again, hasn't it, Paulie? What's going on with these?
I don't.
Oh my God. Where's it gone? So, and in Carla just saying, even though we're going to make the most of this live, as with all the traveling, we don't know when the next one will be. Happy travels, Paul. Yes, no, we want to go live regularly when we're away, and we're going to try and work it. It might be bizarre times of the day. Obviously, it won't be just on our Thursday at 7 o'clock, but we might pop up and just. It might be a 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Could be like a jack in the box. But we'll try our best to make it the best time we can for the majority.
We're going to be 8 hours ahead, so it's going to be quite difficult how to do it. But it might be Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. But anyway, whatever it might be, we will let you know. And obviously, for those that are new to our lives, these lives are always available on our YouTube channel. So even if we do one and there's only 20 or 30 people there, you'll still be able to catch up with it, which will be great. But so we will let you know as soon as we know, because we don't know at the moment, do we?
I don't. Never
you don't know.
anything.
You never know. No. So Craig's here as well. Evening all. Oh, David, look, hello. Well, all, I'm well happy. I found a rogue bag of 4 Galaxy Ripples. I'll be snaffling 2 of those during the live.
Oh,
Ripples.
I haven't had a Ripple since the old Queen was on the throne, and I'm talking about Victoria.
Talking about chocolate bars, I've just finished editing the Boston Hotel. And what was that one called? The chocolate bar that you tried in
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger, yeah. And you were not a fan, were you, Pauline? No. That did make us laugh out loud. So Gillian Petal's here. So over to you, Gillian. And here from a very chilly and snowy Kincardine. Yes, Ontario. Yeah, lots of snow in Canada at the moment. So which I'd prefer to all this wind and rain, wouldn't you, Pauline?
Yes, definitely.
So let's have a look. Catherine's here, celebrity Catherine, and Jim and Dwayne are here. So, gosh, so many people. Let's see if we can pick out. Risa saying, "Good evening, everyone in the chat. Time check, please. This is at 7 p.m. My guess you read this at 20 past. No, I'm early. Look, I'm 11 minutes, Reese.
Yeah, woo-hoo! See, look, Reese, you got no faith.
So thank you so much. So Craig saying he's had a bit of a mare at night where at work today, contemplating whether to have a sneaky midweek drink, GOT or 5, or whether to resist. May see what PNC are doing. Can't drink by myself. Well, I'm on the coffee and Paul's on the water. So we're saving our drinks for the weekend.
Big party weekend.
Well, yes. So
I can't say anything in case you never know. Somebody could be watching it. It could spoil the surprise.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm not saying anything.
No, exactly.
Otherwise, Liam Neeson will be coming around to see me, won't
he? He will. So I've just spotted another super chat there that's just popped up. So thank you so much. Let me just from Nick and Tracy. So thank you so much. We're having a nice few drinks in Singapore.
Be loaded.
Paulie and Rebecca. So thank you so much, Rebecca. Paul for Masman curry in Thailand. Add cashews. Yes. Thank you, Rebecca. That's what we're looking forward to, isn't it? When we get to Koh Samui.
If that place is closed when I get there, I'm going to be devastated.
Yes. No, thank you so much, everyone. So anything everyone can do, enjoy more drinks on you. Thank you so much. So, yes.
When we were, many moons ago, we were in Naton, which is the capital of Koh Samui.
Yes.
And we were recommended 2 restaurants, and they were both fabulous. One was a bit, to say was a bit more rustic than the other would be an understatement, because we went in there the one night, and a man sat and ate his entire starter and main course only using one hand because he had a chicken under his other arm, a live chicken.
Well, it was more like a cockerel, wasn't it? Like a fighting cockerel,
which was very bizarre.
We were just sat there thinking, this is just weird. The food was delicious, wasn't it? But it was just, that's what I love about travel. And it's just the random stuff that you will see, particularly in sort of countries around the world that are a little bit more diverse. And so going for us to go back to Asia, and particularly obviously go to the Middle East, which is going to be very different because that's far more opulent and stuff, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see what we happen on next.
I think the saying is now, that certainly wasn't on my bingo card.
Yeah, exactly. Christy's here, celebrity Christy.
Evening, Christy.
And Rose. So
hello, Rose.
Fabulous. Right, Tom and Dom are in the house too. So hi, guys.
Evening, boys.
Gosh, so many people here. And Alfie Garnett's here too. So lovely to see Alfie.
Evening, Alfie.
And Debbie. Lots of people that we're going to be catching up with on our group cruise that's coming up in May. So that'll be awesome. Right, let's see what we've got. Susan's just rubbing it in there. Hello from sunny Surprise in Arizona. Enjoy your trip. It sounds wonderful. Thank you. I'm sure we will.
Is that the name of the place? Surprise.
It is. It's called Surprise. Isn't that lovely?
Name. Yeah.
Now, Sean's asking a good question. How do you choose your boarding time on P&O? Well, we allocated time.
I'm sure.
I think you were. I think you'll be allocated a time. We haven't been on when we were on Aurora. I can't. Do you know? I can't remember because I know Princess now stopped allocating times. They'll give you a time window, say between 1 and 3. So remind us in the comments, people. That'd be good to hear. Love to travel. Saying hello from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. It's a snowy -15 degrees. Can't wait for up and coming adventures. Teresa and Gus. Yes, thank you so much.
-15.
-15.
I saw on social media today, and it might have been a load of old rubbish, but I thought it was like Galveston or something, which is Texas, and they said it was really, really cold there. Is that the case? I don't know.
I don't know. So Lisa's here too, and it's a cruise life, and Mandy, who's just having traumas with her kitchen still. But hopefully it'll sort out soon. So let's have a look for the next question. Oh, Sean's just jumped in. Hi, jumping on while at work. No trains tomorrow from Scotland. No, I think things are going to come from a bit of a standstill, aren't they, because of the weather? So does that mean they've given you the day off then, Sean? So a bonus day off, like a wind day. In the NHS, certain people were given snow days.
Every day's a wind day in our house.
People were given snow days that used to really annoy me because I could walk to the hospital, and people that lived away got a day off because they couldn't get in because of the snow, but I didn't get anything. So that was very, very frustrating. Let's have a look. So how can I find Dan online to look at his cruise deals? Dan is part of Go Cruise and Travel. So if you look on Go Cruise and Travel's website, then you'll find all the deals that Dan can get. Though Dan does work with different suppliers and everything, so it's best to just go to Dan with a question of what you got. We've got a little form on our website, a booking form, where you could just put the details of what you're looking for, if they've got anything in particular in mind, and then he will let you know what he's got. Sometimes that's the easier way than actually trawling through a lot of the cruises. But it's called, the company that Dan works for is Go
Dan's
Cruise
very
and
accommodating,
Travel.
but he's not going to sift through 700 cruises on the off chance that somebody might book one. But if you know what you want to do and say, well, look, I've seen this deal.
Or I want to go in September and I'm thinking of going on Celebrity. Could you price me up this, blah, blah, blah.
He'll narrow it down. And he'll be perfectly honest. He'll say, no, I can't beat it. Or I can get close or whatever. Yeah. But just remember, cheaper isn't always better.
No, sometimes, yes, totally that.
Customer service.
Customer service. And someone looking after you while you're away is just what we've found has been the most beneficial.
Most definitely, yeah.
So let's have a look. Let's see. Julian saying, I so wish the Canadian dollar's worth more so I could go on the group cruise and meet everyone. Do you know, we've been talking to a lot of our Canadian friends, and your exchange rate has really plummeted, hasn't it? Which makes things a lot.
But to be fair, our government is doing its best to make the pound worthless.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that'll affect you. So
they're doing a great job, aren't they, Pauline? So Reese is saying, as you're busy cruising, can't do a live chat, would you have guest presenters on instead? Ant and Decker available? Yes, I'll just message them on Instagram now.
And which? Well, I mean, I suppose you're going to have to be Decker, because you're the shorter one.
Shorter, yeah, and fair. Balding like Ant. No. Big forehead.
Well, it's been great.
Yeah, I'm off. Right, so who else? So Rock Doc, so Keith's in the house as well, as is Mandy. So thank you all so much for joining. Keaton and Sheila saying, hi guys, enjoying live. Can you let us know if Dan is also your agent for the group River Cruise? He is.
Yes, he is.
For those that don't know, we're doing a group.
We're doing a group River Cruise at Christmas. You have to be a Patreon, a YouTube member, or
sign up for our newsletter.
A newsletter signer-upper.
Yeah, which is going out on our next newsletter is going out Tuesday with the details on it again.
And so all the details. There is some spaces left, but there isn't many spaces.
Well, we don't want to, because when we put out our Sky Princess cruise, it went quite crazy, didn't it? We've got nearly 200 people going, which is going to be amazing. But we wanted this to be a bit more smaller and personable. So we haven't sort of just made it general knowledge. Obviously, we're telling you guys it's here, and all you have to do is to sign up for the newsletter if you're interested. So it's accessible, but it's just not something that we're putting out there all the time. So we're looking forward to that. So Jerry's in the house. We're hoping Diane's ankle's getting better. So give her our regards. And Michael's here from sunny and warm Foothill Ranch, California. Michael and Lauren,
which is a Shane Manley's race number. That'll mean nothing to anybody on here, but it will to me.
Craig's got a good question here. Would you rather go on a cruise with a better band, live music, or with better West End type shows on board? Difficult.
That's too hard. That's a great question, Craig, but it's too hard to answer.
Well, the reason we picked Holland America for this will be our 4th cruise with them is because of their excellent live music. Because Paul's, you love it.
I love it.
And their itineraries are sometimes just that little bit different. So that Holland America is why we love that. But they don't have West End shows.
The theatre stuff, which there is rumours are going to change it, but the theatre stuff I would describe as being rubbish.
Well,
no, I would describe. I know you go there.
With other companies,
compared to
Paul likes the whole West End type show. In fact, this week we went to see Chicago at our local theatre, the Everyman in Cheltenham, and it was fabulous. And I was sat there, and we got front row seats because we booked it a long time ago to take Paul's son Tess, Lucas and Tess, his girlfriend, for a belated Christmas present, and it was a great surprise. And they loved it. And we sat there, and all of a sudden we heard, "Right then, love your videos," and we're like, "Oh my god, who said that?" And 2 cheers to. And
it was Kevin Clifton off Strictly. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. So, and this guy, Brian, he's someone that I talked to on Twitter. He follows us on Twitter. Which was a bit. We don't normally get people recognised at home, so that sort of threw us a bit. Really,
it was a pleasant surprise.
It was a very pleasant surprise. So, but for West End shows, I do love a West End show.
Yes.
But it's. I wouldn't pick a cruise.
I'm
just
greedy.
Because
I want
of that.
both, Craig.
Yeah, we want both.
Yeah.
We wouldn't just pick a cruise for that. But that is a great question. Let's have a look. Where'd that jump again? Look. There it is. So Rebecca's saying, hello from sunny, snowy, cold North Carolina. Binging on all your old videos whilst I'm laid up, enjoying a lovely local North Carolina wine. Very nice. And thank you for binging on our old videos. So if you do want to go back and watch, we've got playlists on our YouTube channel. So if you're looking for a particular cruise from a particular cruise line, you'll find that we've got a Cunard playlist. We've got a Royal Caribbean playlist. So if you are planning a cruise for the future and you want to check out our older videos, then please do.
Even though our Royal Caribbean playlist isn't extensive, we've done loads of Royal Caribbean, but before we started blogging.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We did Independence of the Seas about 7 times.
If only we'd have known.
Well, lots of ifs
and buts.
Ifs and buts.
And
Mike's here.
And as the famous chef Gino D'Acampo once said, if my auntie had wheels, she'd be a scooter.
She's a... He did say that.
He did say that, yeah.
He did say that on one of the morning cooking programs, didn't he? Anyway, Mike's here. Just a quick pop in while waiting on Dad to get a haircut. Might make it back before you finish. Cheers. Oh,
cheers,
brilliant.
Mike.
Oh, Travel with Lizzie Lou's here. So lovely to see Lizzie. So Elaine's here as well. Gosh. And Jerry's saying Thatcher's Dry is one of his favourites. Have you tried a Thatcher's?
Do you know, I know Ken has had Thatcher's Dry. The pub we went to last week, they get a lot of Thatchery stuff in there because it's close to where it's made. But I haven't tried Thatcher's Dry. I don't like the sort of scrumpy still.
No, you like bubbles, don't you? Yeah. You like bubbles.
You know, if there's pieces of wood floating in it, it's not for me generally.
Kevin saying said Owen. So I don't know those.
Well, I thought it was Owen.
Is it just Owen?
Yeah, I said it was Owen.
Maybe it is Stormo, just Owen. David Weber, straight pint of Thatcher's Gold all the way.
Yes.
And Tina says, I think the next storm is named after a character in The Lord of the Rings. Eowyn. There was Eowyn, wasn't there? One of the elves, I think, was Eowyn.
Yeah. Or she was Legolas, or...
There was a Legolas, yeah. Oh,
or Gimli.
Dear. Right, let's have a look. So Warren's saying, make it alive, go to Raffles for a Singapore sling, 55 degrees sunny today in San Antonio, Texas. We have done that before and thoroughly enjoyed it. We're traveling obviously with Dan and Tony, and they've not been to Raffles, so we've talked about going back because they want to.
But as they want to go, they have to buy the drinks.
Because I think when we were there, I think a Singapore sling was about £16 the last time we went, and that's a few years ago when we actually went to Raffles. I think they're about 25 quid now. So anyway, let's have a look. Christy's just saying, can you tell us again what app you're using to produce your dynamic Europe country? I forgot to write it down the last time you said it. It's an app. Let me just get it up on my phone. I love it. It's an app all about. Let me get it. Oh,
come on, Annie. Come
I can
on.
never forget the name. This is a weird name. It's called Malt Dev. So MULT.dev. You have to pay £1 for each map. Um, but I think it's quite worth it. So that's what it's called, Malt Dev. If I forget, Christy, just message us on Discord or Patreon, and I will send that through to you. Talking about maps, we've been picked as some of the one of the guinea pigs to trial the cruise maps that's coming up, isn't it? With Emma and Matthew and Will, who obviously own the company. So we've been playing with that, and oh my god, it is awesome. It's a cruise globe. That's what I mean, not just a map. We're affiliates with the cruise map, so if you do want to get a cruise map, we've got our folder with all our maps starting to take form, isn't it? With all our cruises, which is fabulous. We've got a link in our description. But yes, so we're one of the cruise globe guinea pigs, which is so that'll be coming your way very, very soon. So let's have a look. Dawn said, have a good trip. So thank you so much. So Alison is just saying, I'm looking at Singapore to Hong Kong next year. And what cruise line are you going with? And what made you choose the one you did? Holland America Nordam. Basically, Paul chose this itinerary, didn't you?
I chose this cruise, the first ever cruise, number 59, and it's the first one I've had any input in, because normally I like, yeah, whatever, and I carry on watching the telly.
This cruise,
and then if it's rubbish, I can blame Carole. But if this one's
exactly
rubbish, it's only myself to blame.
Now, Paul's this cruise rather originally was a Japan cruise, which we then changed to an Asia cruise.
So we booked it donks ago, about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, we did. And then we moved it, and for whatever reason. And then after we did our tour of Japan, we decided that we wanted to do more of Asia, but a different area.
Not because we didn't like Japan, because we loved it.
Yeah,
but we thought because we touched upon that,
yeah,
we thought we'd do the one, because we haven't been to Hong Kong, and all the ports we're going to, bar Koh Samui, apart from the Thailand ports, are all new ports for us as well.
Yeah, that's great. Rose said, remember to hit the like button. Yes, please do hit the like, and do leave us a comment after the live as well, because that all helps. Mandy's asking about forms coming out for stays in Europe. I'm not sure about that, Mandy. So I wonder if anyone if anyone can answer that. I know there's been some stuff about traveling to Europe, isn't it? The new paperwork is coming out, but we've not seen anything definite. So Janice is here from Saskatchewan, Canada. So lovely to see you. So I bet you're covered in snow too. So let's see. Deb Brooks saying, hi, oh wow, what a trip. Yes, it should be wonderful. It should be a banger. Mark saying, hi everyone, sorry late, just dropped off granddaughter, exhausting day. Hope you have a fabulous trip. Yes, looking after the grandkids is very rewarding but hard work. So let's see. Marian's just saying, what do you think about a cruise ship that goes to the Orkney? Do you know, we've done a British Isles cruise that went as far as Greenock, and I would love to do around a total circumnavigation of the British Isles. So I would think that would be amazing to do that. You're not so keen, are you? I am so keen, but the trouble is, Britain's renowned for rubbish weather, but there's places up around Scotland like Iona and Tobermory and all that sort of stuff, whatever they're called, where they filmed Balamory. All them little islands are supposed to be absolutely beautiful. So yes, I'd be up for that, but I'm a little bit apprehensive because of our dire, almost year-round weather. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So Rose is just saying, P&O allocate boarding time of the show on your boarding pass. So thank you for that, Rose. Dawn's asking what Sky Princess like. Sky Princess is a beautiful, beautiful ship. It's one of the royal class in obviously Princess Cruises. We love it, and we chose that for our group cruise because we feel that the dining on board is excellent, the entertainment is excellent, and Princess do a great all-inclusive package, don't they? Yeah. Which we feel is very, very good value because it includes obviously your Wi-Fi, all your tips, and all your drinks. So but it is a beautiful ship. Yeah, it's a pretty ship. It's the royal class have got one of those ships that you walk in and you walk straight into the piazza and you look up and you think, oh my God, wow, it is a beautiful, beautiful ship. So we've got a vlog series on our YouTube channel. So just Google Paul and Carole Sky Princess Norway, and you can see a whole vlog series of what we felt of the ship at the time. Mark saying, will you be watching Spurs v Liverpool on February the 6th? But for that night, he's going to be supporting Spurs. Come on, you
Where
Spurs.
will you be watching it?
Oh, where?
The answer to that question is, Mark, I've got no idea because I don't know where we're going to be. We have got Wi-Fi, so it might be on my phone.
I will check my little.
But obviously,
Nordan book.
with the severe time difference, it might be 5 o'clock in the morning.
6th of February. We will be in Cambodia. See Hanukkahville.
There you go. That's where I'm watching it.
Yes. So let's see that we already answered that one. Bill's here said, me and my mother are off to Iceland in August this year with Cunard. Excellent. That's definitely on our list,
We
isn't
still
it?
haven't got there.
No, we're looking at an ambassador cruise on going to Iceland, which we're quite close to booking, aren't we, Paulie?
The only Iceland we've been to is the one that sells 4 lots of party food for a tenner.
Yes. So Andy and Christine, the Cotswold couple, saying even P&C from A&C getting from Morton in Marsh. Yes, only how many miles away? About 20 miles away, isn't it?
20, 25 miles. Lovely place, to be fair.
And Charlotte saying, have you ever been on an MSC Virtuosa? We have. We went on there. That was our first cruise after lockdown. So check that vlog series of ours on that. We enjoyed it, but it was a bit too manic in places and a bit too sort of loud and noisy.
Bear in mind, when we went on there was only
1,000
passengers because of COVID.
Yeah.
And there were still a couple of the places that were really popular that you could never get a seat at. And I remember saying to Carole at the time, add 5,000 people to this and imagine what it'd be like. Yeah. So it's not something, if we were going to ever do that again, we would do it in Yacht Club. We would never do it in the main, standardy whatever, because it's too mad, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's too difficult to get anywhere.
I'd like to do MSC again, but I would like to do Yacht Club. And I'd love to try MSC Europa or the new MSC America that's coming out. Yeah. So that is something that we are thinking about doing. Bill's asking us, do cruises invite you on? We've been invited on to a few cruises, Bill, but you'll always know that if we have been invited on, when we put our videos on our social media, etc., we always put ad on it, AD, that shows that we're totally being transparent and that we've been invited on board. But we get quite a few invites, but we've turned down quite a few, haven't we? Because we want to obviously do the cruises that fit our YouTube channel, but also the cruise that we want to do. We don't want to just be invited on a cruise and go somewhere that when we've been before or that we feel that isn't going to bring value to our channel. So
our outlook is, if we wouldn't pay to go on that cruise, we wouldn't go on it if it was free, because we only want to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
This year, as things currently stand, we haven't got any offers on the table from any cruise line
at the moment. Yeah.
So everything that we're doing thus far, all the way up to the end of the year, is all going to be bought.
Yeah, but who knows? We'll see what pops in our inbox.
But we wouldn't turn stuff down, but only if it's what we want to do.
Yeah, exactly that. The last one we were invited on was Holland America Amsterdam, and it was fantastic. Yeah. As you know, we're big Holland America fans, and the reason we accepted that one was the itinerary, because it had an overnight in Malta and went to a few of the European ports that we'd never been before. So that was fantastic. So Max is asking question, which cruise liner offers the best buffet food and longest opening hours?
I don't know about opening hours, I must confess. But I have to say, and it sounds like this is a party political broadcast on behalf of Holland America, but their buffets are fabulous.
We love the Asian corner on Holland America.
Cunard's buffets, when we went on Queen Victoria, we went to... It was an 11-night cruise, and we went to the buffet 9 times.
Because they had theme nights, and the food there was excellent.
Great. So Cunard's, their buffets are banging. Morella Voyager, they've got a place called The Kitchens.
Yeah.
And that's fabulous because they got lots of different themed areas, including a roast dinner station that's open every day. They've also got specialty pie place. So I
remember when we went on Celebrity Beyond, I couldn't keep Paul out of the buffet. You love the Indian section. So there's a lot of good buffets there. The people poo-poo the buffets a lot. But actually, the more that we cruise, the more we do tend to go to the buffet.
And what I will say as well, P&O Aurora, which is this is their oldest ship now, they have got a fabulous buffet, but it's very, very, very England, British orientated. It's very mainstream meat and two veg, fabulous breakfast if you like an English breakfast. The food in there is great, but it hasn't got the diversity, I would say, of other buffets.
Yeah.
But what they do extremely well.
Yeah, no, we enjoyed that too, didn't we? Mark saying Steve and Amy. Remember Steve and Amy from the Boston cruise? They live in Texas, and it's snowing there.
I did say that. I saw something earlier on TikTok or something, and they saying it was like -10 or something. I thought, well, in Texas, I thought, I get very confused.
Kevin's kindly shared the booking information. So yes, just go to our booking page if you want to get a message to Dan, then you can do that there. Nick and Tracy are asking, on your group cruise in May, will you be able to do a live? You could do a group live Q&A with members on the cruise and other white YouTube members not on the cruise. We are looking because we're organising sort of meetups most days, and we are looking to do a sort of a Q&A while we're on that cruise. Whether we'll do it actually as a YouTube live, we were thinking more that we would do it as a Q&A on the ship and then put it out as a video afterwards. But something to think about.
Oh, we might.
Something to think about. Yeah. So thanks for that, Nick. Cruise and Gazer said, we booked the transatlantic on Sun Princess. Have you done a repositioning transatlantic? If so, any tips on how to make the most out of all those sea days? We have. We did it on Queen Mary 2. We came from New York to Southampton.
So it wasn't a reposition.
It wasn't a reposition. No. Queen Mary goes back and forth, doesn't she? No. So, but that's the only transatlantic that we've done. We loved all the sea days. It's just so chill. We joined in all the quizzes. Make sure you study the program because there'll be lots of, I guess I'm not so much sure about Sun Princess, but there'll be lots of different activities on board. And try something you've never tried before, or join a group that isn't it? Because when you're doing all those sea days, you think, oh my God, this is going to be boring. But we didn't find it boring at all, did we?
Well, what Cunard do really well is they have a lot of enrichment talks.
Yes.
And while we were on, Angela Rippon did 3.
Yeah.
And she was on the last series of Strictly, but she's been newsreader, stroke, TV presenter since the 60s.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating listening to her. There's been other things like they'll have like royal butlers on there, and what the butler saw type stuff. There was a guy who was held prisoner in like Iran or something, wasn't it? So the diversity of the stuff they have is
it'd be interesting to see what Princess do with like their enrichment programs. I know that they do a lot of cooking stuff as well, don't they? It depends who they've got on board. So but I don't think you'll be bored, guys.
No,
there's always plenty to do.
And if all else fails, you can go to the pub.
Yeah, or just chill out, just chill. Do you know what I loved is just sitting and looking at the water. And we did our transatlantic in July, so our weather was a little bit mixed, but it was nice. So I would recommend going in the summer months because you can never tell the weather the rest of the year. And we just sat on the promenade and just, on that piece where you just hear the water go by, and that was absolutely beautiful.
And what did we do then, Annie?
We fell asleep. So Dan the Cruise in the house. There you are. See Dan the man who we're meeting up. He gets to Singapore a day before us. So we'll be very sleepy when we get there, and he'll be wide awake.
Mm.
So let's see. Everyone's saying hello to Dan and saying thank you for all the service. Yep. So Dan is excellent.
There's one person.
Ben Herdman's here. I get the Shea Manley reference, Paul. Have a great time on your next getaway. We'll look forward to watching all the videos. See you in a wet, muddy field soon.
I'm sure you will. Cheers, Ben.
I was thinking, why is Paul saying that? But obviously I have value.
Look, you never know.
You never know who's watching. So thanks for that, Ben. Right. Nick and Tristan, will COVID hair ever make a comeback? We put on our Facebook and Instagram our COVID hair where Paul, it was so long I could put it in points, and mine was just this sort of mess.
I think that maybe for the Patron Cunard cruise, maybe we ought to have one night where it's COVID hair.
Do you reckon? We'll see.
So does Nick won't be able to join him, will he?
No, he hasn't got any.
Oh.
So Mark's just saying, talking to West End shows, went to see Only Fools and Horses last night in London. No, very good with plenty of laughs. It is a great show, isn't it? Thoroughly enjoyable. So I'm glad you had a good time. Did Sheila enjoy it? Because I know she was a little bit like, not sure.
Who was I know Vinnie Jones wasn't going to be in it, but was Paul Whitehouse in it? Because we saw the last run
I think
in
Paul
London.
Whitehouse was going on tour.
But,
yeah, let us know, Mark.
Yeah.
Good travel saying hello, you too. So hello to you too. So Kiara, no, I'll join the chat late. The storm's name is from the Lord of the Rings, pronounced Eowyn. So is it Eowyn? There you are, Paulie.
Eowyn.
Yeah, Storm Eowyn. Amanda saying, batten down the hatches, people. Yeah. And David Webb said, Legolas, that's after a few fights of Thatchers.
That is most definitely
exactly
true.
that. So, and Kiara's just saying 140 kilometre miles expected here tomorrow. I know. It's mad, isn't it? So stay safe, everyone. So, and Dan saying, yeah, that's it, Christy. Dan's put it in Malt.deb is the app for the maps. So thank you so much. So let's just have a look at that. So Bob and Holly's here. So love to see Bob and Holly. Thank you for the super chat for Queen Vic COVID hair extensions. Brilliant. Thank you so much. So let's have a look where we're at. So who's got any more questions here? So
you go too fast. Slow down. It's hurting my eyes.
It's hurting your eyes. I'm trying to find.
Well, we're getting close now because I just saw where somebody put Eowyn.
There it is. No, I got it. Multi-step is the app. That's what Dan's just put on. Brad's here. Brad from Australia. So love to see you, Brad. Raffles has a great fixed price lunch, good value, but the grid is still extra. Yes. We'll have to have a look at that. We'll have to get Dan to have a search as well, because someone else was talking about something at Raffles. Because it's free to obviously walk around there. It's only if you go in the long bar, isn't it? Or book to have dinner or afternoon tea or whatever you do, you want to do. But it's great to see the guy who stood outside. He looks like he's off A.R. Altman, doesn't he? The guy that's the sort of welcomer to the hotel. Is that what you call them? A welcomer?
Yes.
Dawn saying, question, Paul, please can you recommend an expert for the Insta360 as my husband is still on the Tiny Planet mode? Well, the Tiny Planet mode is what you make on your app. It's not actually what you take, is it?
I was under the impression on mine that you can have it on one lens, and if you have it on one lens, what you see is what you get. And then if you have it on both lenses, front and back, I didn't even know there was a tiny. I can't even see my.
You've never used it in that mode, have you?
No.
You've made your, when you've taken your video, you've made it into the Tiny Planet as a feature of
I'm
it.
intrigued now.
Well, we'll do it after, Paul.
Well, I can't answer the question if I do it after, can I? You carry on chatting away. Go on.
Oh.
You can see I've got my pajamas on now.
I know. You've always got your pajamas on. Right. Cruising Gate, so Hong Kong tips. Go for dinner at the Four Seasons. Ooh, swanky. Honky tonks for drinks. Oh, honky tonks. You writing this down, Dan? Let's go write it down in my little book. So I've got my Hong Kong tips page. Where is it? So, things to do in Hong Kong. So honky tonks. Honky tonks. Big bus tour. Yeah, we've looked at that. We like a big bus tour. And take an umbrella. It rains a lot. Yes, we've packed our waterproofs. We got caught out in Japan where it was very, very wet. And when I said to Dan, make sure you take your waterproof, he's like, what, really? I said, yes, because Singapore, it rains a lot. And by the time we get all the way up to Hong Kong, the temperature is going to drop a bit and it could be wet. So, but thank you so much for all those tips. Appreciate that. So let's have a look.
I'm more confused. All you do is you press on what mode you're in, and then so you at the bottom you got what mode you're in there, and then you press on that, and then you just go sideways, and it changes through the modes of what you can have, whether you just want to take a photo or loop or whatever you want to do. But I wasn't even aware.
And Dan's quite right. He said use the Instant app as they've loads of tips, and YouTube's a great place to look for videos, which is what you did as well as Anna, and obviously Dan's saying that he's done there. So Terry's just saying that we've. Did you ever do the Death in Paradise tour in Guadeloupe? We just came off Explorer 1, great food ship and a great tour. Saw the police station, drank in Catherine's Bar and Inspector's Beach. We didn't, because when we went to Guadeloupe, when we were with Azamara, we weren't on the island where it was actually filmed, because obviously Guadeloupe's just made of all these tiny islands, so we couldn't get there, and we were a bit gutted about that. Weren't we?
So Terry, can you tell us what is the name of the place that we need to look out for?
It's point to something. I know if I saw it.
Pointer Printe or something.
Pointer.
That's what George Michael crashed his car into. No, that was Happy Snaps, wasn't it? That wasn't Pronto Printe.
No. Tina saying, how far back can the cruise maps go? To 2015. So yeah, it's fabulous. Right, let's have a look. Where is it? David's asking, UK cruises are expensive compared with the further afield cruises. Is that because of port fees? Not sure, David, but you're right. It is true. So I don't know. And we get very frustrated because people in, say, America get some better deals, and in Australia than we get in the UK, don't we? So there's such a lot of price differences around the world. So yeah, so it is a bit frustrating. And Instant Bro saying, happy Thursday from San Diego. Thank you so much. I wonder if you got sunshine then, Bob and Holly, or got some snow. Let's have a look. Lisa's asking, do you need visas for Cambodia, Vietnam, Hong Kong? Cambodia, you do. And that's all been sorted out on our cruise. It's all been sorted out by Holland America. We just have to pay when we're on board. And we had to do that when we were on Amma Waterways, when we did the Mekong. It was all sorted out on board. But if you're coming, that's us for the UK. But if you're coming from anywhere else, do make sure that you've got...
Because we don't know. If
because
you come.
we
But I know,
obviously know
like
from
Carole
the
said,
UK.
when we did the river cruise, they actually had like a passport man got on.
Yeah, in Cambodia.
And he had all the passports.
Yeah.
And then you just walk up and it'd be like, and he'd look at you and
check your photo.
Check your photo, and it was
that was done. And then we got a little piece of paper with a stamp on. But Vietnam and Hong Kong we don't. Singapore we have to do an online one. I think it's about 3 days before we go. So it's when you are doing the cruises to lots of different countries, it's always really important you've got the right paperwork. And we're lucky because we got Dan, and we say, Dan,
that's the beauty
of having a travel agent. And he just reassures us. Even though I always go on the government things as well, just to for my own knowledge. But Dan's always there, so we're very, very, very lucky. Yeah, Bob and Holly saying QV's buffer is way better than the MDR on that voyage. It really was. YouTube user. Oh, that's an original name. Have you travelled with Titan Travel? We have. We went to Canada with Titan, didn't we, Paul?
We did.
Would we recommend them?
We would.
We would. We had an excellent trip.
We had an excellent trip with them, and I don't know what they're like on Egypt tour cruises. It's always worth speaking to Dan, and let me tell you why. Because I believe that Dan put our
we did a
tour, Rocky Mountain and cruise was all packaged together by Dan through Titan.
Well, it was a Titan tour that encompassed it all, but we booked it through Dan all the same. But yeah, we had it was great, wasn't it?
It was.
We had good hotels.
It's always worth asking Dan, because he'll either say yes or no. And if it's yes, and then you can tell him what you want, and he can tell you what he can do.
Nick and Tracy saying Celebrity Bond buffet was good. It was really, really good. I'm trying to think what the buffet was like on Eclipse. I'll be reminded when we do our can you remember? No, we didn't go very often because we ate in the main dining room mostly because we were on Gary Bembridge's group cruise. So we either ate ashore, didn't we, or we were in the main dining room because we were eating with everyone else, which was lovely. Nick saying free ice cream too. Yes. Love free ice cream. Dave said, hope it's good on Apex in September. I bet it will be. Mick Bartlett saying, is Liverpool a good cruise centre sail from? It is. Liverpool docks is very central to the city, so we'd recommend.
It's not a particularly good cruise centre. It's very old, and they've been threatening to spend £5 gajillion on it for about 40 years. So it's not like going to Southampton where it's big and spacious and lots of desks and what have you. It's very sort of, I would say, quite over the terminal. Yes, the terminal is, but it's a lovely sail away.
It is, and it's also a great place to start a cruise if you want a mini city break beforehand. Yes. And we would definitely sail from Liverpool again.
Yeah, definitely,
because it was great.
But it's not, when you go there, it's like, I don't know whether it's because of the ship we were on, but there was a thing you had to walk down, and it was the steepest ramp I'd ever walked down.
It was.
And I think if you had accessibility needs, you had to take an alternative route, because it was too steep to walk down. So yeah, and when you got off the cruise at the end, when you got to the top, you felt like your calves were on fire.
Yeah.
So yes, it's quite old-fashioned and
but it's more of it's sort of they do like a pop-up, isn't it? They got a marquee and that there. But yeah, we definitely recommend cruising from Liverpool. Tony Roman said, not the best. NCL Viva has the worst buffet I've ever experienced. Really? We still haven't done NCL, have we, Pauline? So Angie Cho's here. We've just spent 6 weeks on Sky Princess, and it was amazing. 17 days with the transatlantic. Love the sea days. Paul and Carole, you should go across to Macau when in Hong Kong. We are planning to get about on the hop on, hop off bus, and also probably the
I think
metro.
I think Macau's an island, though, isn't it? I don't think the hop on bus is going to go there, is it?
Well, I don't know. They've got bridges and stuff.
Unless it's a duck boat.
I don't know. We do like a duck boat. Lewis is here. Transatlantic on Q is the best experience. Andy, Sue, and Lewis. Yes, and it was lovely meeting you guys on that cruise too, wasn't it, Pauline? Mark said that Paul White and Vinnie Jones weren't in the show last night, but all the actors were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I know Vinnie Jones definitely won't be doing any more, because when we saw him, it was his last night. They said this is his last night ever in the show, but I wasn't sure about Paul White.
Yeah.
But if the bloke doing it was fabulous, then
I think
that's
Paul White is doing the show every other week. Yeah. I guess when it goes on such a long time, it's difficult to do, isn't it? John is here, just catching up after Tesco salmon on croute with chips. Oh,
I like half of that.
Yeah, he likes the chips. I love salmon. Paul's not a fan. Eowyn is from the Lord of the Rings, but I bet yes, lots of people have said that now. Johnny, sorry, yes. David was a honky tonks, wasn't that Dick Emery?
It was.
Do you remember Dick Emery? I remember Dick Emery.
Yeah, you are awful.
You are. That's it. Oh, Barbara's just joined us, so hello to Barbara. So just getting here, but made it. And Mark said that Sheila didn't enjoy it as much as him, but yeah, I knew she wasn't. Hadn't watched the TV show either, had she? Terry's just saying that Point to Peter. That's it. Was the port for
Point at Peter.
Point at Peter. That's a good way to remember, isn't it? Point to Peter. Was a port for the
So is that like Where's
Death
Wally?
Paradise.
Or Where's Waldo, as they say in America? Point at Peter. Is that a new kids' book idea?
It could be.
Yeah. What if somebody steals that idea off me now? Point at Peter.
To know. Catherine says, even though sorry we're late, just got back from our couch to 5K training, week 3 run done. Well done, you. Gosh, getting fit for the group cruise.
We're doing a couch to walk up the stairs, go to bed. I don't know if that's just...
Julie's saying we are in the grip of a severe heat wave in Queensland, Australia. Today it's going to be 37 Celsius. Other parts of the state are 47. Wow. Well, stay cool. We're trying to stay warm, isn't it? You stay cool.
It's 126 degrees, 47.
That's mad, isn't it?
That's hot, isn't it? Yeah.
Dan the Cruiser is the oracle when it comes to cruising. He is indeed. And everyone's seconding that. Are there enrichment talks on all Cunard cruises, as our first Cunard cruise is in June? Yes.
Everyone we've gone on there has been.
And we've now done 7, or is it 9? I think it's 9.
Why is it not 8? Is it 7 or 9?
No, I was counting the other day.
Yeah. But yes, we'd be absolutely gobsmacked. Every single one we've been on there has been enrichment type talks.
Yeah.
And
Jenny, the newsreader.
Oh.
It was on the last one, wasn't it?
Angela Rippon. No, Jenny Bond.
Jenny Bond.
Jenny Bond was on the last one, yeah.
Yeah. So, so you should get that. Let's have a look. Jane said, I phoned down to pay my balance for the May group cruise rather than paying online. It was like speaking to an old friend. He was really friendly and helpful with his cruise. I'm like, yes.
He's always like that.
He is.
Until he got your money, then he don't want to know you.
No, he doesn't. Folly Morgan.
So I knew Carole was reading, so I could almost get away. No, he's a lovely fellow.
Yes. So Tina's saying, I think Paul White is one of the characters on The Masked Singer. That's something we don't watch either, do we?
We haven't watched that, no.
We don't watch that. We don't watch Traitors. And our friends will be saying, why aren't you watching Traitors?
I've only seen the fact that Macy Gray got oofed off on the one and she was very disgruntled, but we've never actually physically watched it, to be fair.
We've never watched that. So let's have a look. Have we got any more questions? Got more questions about...
I'm just reading stuff now, and of course they're saying that Paul Whitehouse is Kingfisher. Well, of course his program's about fishing, isn't it, on the TV with Bob Mortimer?
Oh.
So it's either going to be Paul Whitehouse or Bob Mortimer, I reckon.
Yes. Does anyone else watch that? That's fantastic, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Fishing with
Paul Whitehouse and Bob Mortimer. Mortimer and Whitehouse gone fishing, I believe.
It is. So, right. So, anyone got any more questions for us? Let me just go back up that to So
This could be our earliest finish ever.
it could be.
Yeah, this could be a record.
No, there's a question there that I seen about Liverpool again, and I don't know if it was the same question about. Yeah, it's just a repeat question about Liverpool. Liverpool for us, we would love more cruises to go from Avonmouth, which is in Bristol, but only small ships can get in there. But Ambassador do go from there, but there's not huge amount of cruises, are there? And they tend to be longer ones. And Liverpool for us, Bristol's literally less than an hour away, and Liverpool for us is what, just under 3 hours.
It's about 2.5.
2.5.
It's not too bad. It's decent roads.
And we can do Southampton within 2 hours. So actually, where we are, we're quite lucky to have the choice of ports. And I know when we were talking to our patrons on our Zoom call, the guys in the US were saying to us about how lucky we were being in the UK and having obviously Southampton and other cruise ports within easy reach, which it is. We take that for granted, don't we? And how close proximity we are to Europe. So we were looking at maps the other day, weren't we? And it's interesting how Europe fits into. We were looking at Australia, weren't we? The map of Australia and how small.
We're just teeny tiny.
Well, we know we're small, but we know Australia's big.
Small but perfectly.
Small but perfectly formed. Kevin's just saying, will you try to get Hong Kong soup dumplings? Yes, we are trying to get that, aren't we, Paulie?
I'm just looking at Nick's question. He's trying to think of something to keep us talking.
Hang on, I'm trying to keep the chat going now. Let's have
Hong Kong soup dumplings. Okay.
Let's have a look. Where's all gosh, things are moving. This questions in. Just hang on, trying to keep the chat going. Lovely. Fingers crossed, I'll be sorted out by your turn. Yes, Kevin, we were wishing you all the best and sending you lots of positive thoughts. Nope, he said he can't think. Brain is asleep. So Andy and Chris is there. Not happy you'll be finishing early. Look forward to our Thursday evening with you guys. I'll have to go and make some Angel Delight now. Do you know we haven't talked about Angel Delight for ages, have we?
No, it's a good job because we bought some and it was horrible.
We did.
Butterscotch.
We did when we were talking about it. Oh, it was horrible, wasn't it, Paulie? But
there's 2 more questions.
Yes. So let's say. So Julie's asking, we need a Changi Airport hotel during a 12-hour transit later. Any preference or tips? We had about an 8-hour transit in Changi Airport in Singapore, and what we did was we get airport lounges with our insurance, don't we? With our insurance. Bank. So what we did is we had a wander around because Changi Airport is just absolutely spectacular. You've got a butterfly garden there, you've got swimming pool, you've got cactus garden, you've got so many restaurants that we wandered around there and had a few coffees and sort of watched the world go by and went to the butterfly garden and as I said, the cactus garden. And then we used one of our hotel lounges for 3 hours and went there. And then we got back out of that lounge, then we walked around a bit more and went in and had our second lounge. So we didn't pay for a hotel a night, but it was actually in the day, wasn't it? It was in the evening.
We dragged it out, to be fair, and we ended up, it was supposed to be 2 hours, but we ended up staying in both for about 3 hours. And to be fair, they weren't even trying to
get rid of us,
hurry us along, so we could have stayed longer. But yeah, but no, we've never done a hotel airport, any hotels, have we? Not to, like Chatty Cathy did a day thing, but no, we've never done that.
So so don't know about hotels there, but I know they do have hotels that you can just get your head down for 12 hours. Brian is just asking, we're going on our first cruise to Alaska in June. Would you go back? Yes, we would. And we're already planning that, aren't we?
Yes.
Because it's fantastic.
But what I will say, Brian, I hope it, because if you're already booked it, Holland and America and Princess, they get the prime spots at the Alaska ports. Some cruise lines are not even allowed to dock in some of the Alaska ports. Well, they dock a bit further out, and then you have to bus in or whatever.
Yeah, they do.
But yes,
Holland and American Princess, because they've been cruising there for 50 years, I believe. I think it was. I think it is.
Okay. But yeah, but definitely yes, we would go back.
And Alaska excursions get booked up very quickly. So if you're looking to do things like the Skagway train and whale watching, things like that, make sure you get your excursions booked.
Even
but
though
you'll have an amazing
it'll
time.
make your eyes water when you see the prices of the excursions,
Yes.
but you just got to suck
well, we
it
were
up
there
and
with
pay.
Whole America, and the one downside of Whole America is their excursions are very expensive, but so are Princess, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Cunard. You know, you compare their excursion price with things like Morella, and they're a great value, aren't they?
Yeah, but Morella don't go to
I know Morella don't go to Alaska, but I'm just talking when it comes to let's have Nick saying that the BG has not been discussed for a while. Any update? We do. We had someone come and look at our bathroom the other day to make plans of a refit.
There's stuff. I can't imagine it's going to be overnight, but there's plans afoot.
There is. So let's say, did you ever get to St. Barths? We didn't. We've not been there. No, we've not been there. And Lewis is saying, any overnight in Liverpool on the Britannia British Isles cruise in June? Any tips on what to do as first time there? Gosh, there's just it depends on you. Mad on the Beatles. You've got to go to the Cavern. There's just so many fabulous restaurants, and it's easy to get around. Lots of things are within walking distance, Lewis. So we just went and
we were only there for one night, and we had a bit of a Patreon meetup, and then we went to the pub.
Yeah, we did.
So we didn't really plan anything. But if we were going back, we would plan to maybe go further afield. But yeah, there's stacks of stuff.
We got a very good deal with a park and stay at the Delta Marriott as well. So check out. I don't know if you've booked yet, but oh no, you're overnighting in Liverpool. Yeah. But if you are, for those that are cruising out of Liverpool, we had a park and stay, and that was really good value for about 147 quid, wasn't it, for the whole time? Amanda said she's off to see Man United. So who did you fly to Singapore with if you're a Whole America cruise? We're with British Airways going over, but coming back we're with Emirates because we're going via Dubai. So yeah, so British Airways, we checked the seat plan, and it doesn't look like there's too many people around us, does it? Because we're in economy, and we've been looking at the prices to try and upgrade, but they're crazy prices, and we just can't justify. We could buy another cruise for what they're wanting.
So I'm going to break the arm off the seat next to me and pretend it's just one big giant seat, and I'm in business class.
So Tina's saying, when on the group cruise, can we arrange an Angel Delight night? Oh dear. Let's have a look. Gillian's saying, Lewis, there's lots of really good museums in Liverpool that are free, so thank you so much. Question, sorry, where is the group cruise? If you go to our website, just Paul and Carole Group Cruises, and you'll see that our first group cruise in May is on Sky Princess, and it's going to Scandinavia. So we're going to Denmark and Norway. So yes. Kevin said, ooh, you're going to Alaska. Planning to, because we'd love to go back. So Barbara said, I have to go back and read about your cruise that you're going on. Yep, just go back to I think we did it in the first 5 minutes, so have a look at that. And Love to Travel saying Virgin and MSC are beginning their Alaska cruise in 2026, I hear. Wow, that'll be interesting then, because obviously these ports haven't got huge sort of cruise terminals, have they? So Ketchikan and stuff. Because I know now whenever we were docking, we were right central with Princess and NCL and who else did we see there? No, it was NCL that was following us around, wasn't it? I can't remember exactly what ship. NCL and the other Eurodam. So another HAL. So, and they were always parked out a little bit further than us. Mark saying Changi Airport is great. We did a transit hotel. We had a 10 overweight between flights, had a very good sleep, and food was also included. Yeah, so it's good to know. And Andy and Carlos saying have to go down the Cavern Club. Yeah. That is to do if you're in Liverpool. Yeah, thanks, Nick. So Nick's just shared that. So just check that out if you're interested in our group cruises. David's asking about cruising out of Dover or Portsmouth. We've done both. Portsmouth is a great city. Dover we weren't so keen on, were we? We didn't feel there was so much to do. And for us, it's the other end of the country, so it's a bit of a pain for us. But Portsmouth we felt was a very good experience and a great city. And if I went down there again, I would probably do 2 days before, not just one, because there's so much to see in Portsmouth. Kevin B said he wants to try Angel Delight in May. Gosh, we've got so much stuff to go in there.
I've got a sachet in the cupboard. I'll check the date on it. Not that it's one of them ones, it's like a Twinkie. It would survive a nuclear explosion. So all you need to do, bring a pint of milk and a whisk or a fork, and we can knock you some up.
Yeah. Rebecca's asking, what's Angel Delight?
It's a dessert that's a bit like mousse.
It's a powder that you mix up with milk.
Mix it with milk and then you let it set, and it's a bit like mousse.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the mousse with the big antlers, as in dessert mousse.
No, exactly. So man is saying we'd love to do Singapore, Thailand, but aren't sure to cruise with. What lines do you recommend? Well, I think if you're going to Asia, the first thing you need to look at is where in Asia do you want to go to, and get the ports on it, because there's so many different itineraries out there and so many good cruise lines. I mean, Princess go there, obviously Holland America go there. We've been there before on Royal Caribbean, which was very good. Cunard do some good itineraries. So I think it's where do you want to go is the first thing you should be looking at, and then seeing getting that jigsaw puzzle together of what cruise line fits that. And Gillian saying, Dave Webb said, yes, both of Saga very good. Saga's very good too. Yeah. So many great cruise companies out there, aren't there? Jim Lives saying, any details about the river cruise? Yep, we'll be sending them out. Just join up for our newsletter and all the details will be sent to you, Jim. So it's very easy to do. If you go to our website, you'll see that we've got just sign up for our newsletter like this, and just go there and pop your name and an email address in, and we will be sending the details. Our next newsletter goes out on Tuesday. So, did we ever get to Whitler, Alaska? Any suggestions? We're on back to back in Nordam in July. No. Oh, Nordam. So, yeah. I'm sure we're going to love Nordam because we loved Osterdam, and that's a sister ship. Yeah. But not been to Whittier in Alaska.
Is that Whittier or Whistler, or is that Colorado, isn't it, Whistler?
So, let's see. I've seen some... Where is it? No more Angel. It's Angel Delight. So Kevin saying moose. Yes, moose.
Right, come on then.
Right. Anyway, let's see if there's any more questions, and then we'll be ticking off. Paulie's eager to get back to the football. Yeah. Laura's just saying, Portsmouth is nice, but boarding my ship, there's a very steep ramp up to the ship. Might depend on the tide. Yeah. Yes. And Deirdre's just adding in, Singapore have free tours of the city for people transiting. Yes, they did, because we looked at that.
And they look after your cases.
They do. So thank you so much. It is
some fireworks.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us for a lovely chat. And we will be make sure you're subscribed to our channel and got your notifications on. As we said, it's free, and we will be in touch as soon as we get an opportunity to do a live, whatever time it might be. We will be popping it up on our social medias, and it will come up on YouTube, and we'll let you know.
We will let you know.
Don't
forget, new video out tomorrow. Premiering at what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Come and have a chat with Johnny and Will, because they're such lovely guys.
Yes, they are.
Yes, right. Paul is itching.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye for now.